All right. So Alex on Facebook asked, "Hey guys, I know there are no poisonous spiders in New Zealand, but what is the most dangerous animal in New Zealand? Greetings, Alex."
Wait. There are dangerous spiders in New Zealand. All right, so let's get started. Alex. Oh, Alex is here actually.
All right.
Oh, here you go.
Alomo.
So, Alex, there are some poisonous spiders in New Zealand, and there is just no snake or no poisonous snakes in the country, but there are dangerous spiders in New Zealand. But there is still a very interesting questions about what are the dangerous animals in the country. So, we compiled a little bit of a list for you just so you know what to expect when traveling around. But I just want to mention, before I even get started, that New Zealand is one of the safest countries in the world, and that even the animals I'm going to be talking about, well, none of them is actually lethal, and you'll be totally fine. So just, if there's a worry for you on traveling in New Zealand, you are just rest assured.
Yeah.
It's not happening. All right, so let's get started with in the water. Now, the first thing that people will think of when hearing that New Zealand is an island, or looking at the map and see that New Zealand is an island, they're all going to think that it's surrounded by sharks. So sharks are actually peaceful animals. I've swum with shark and without a cage. Laura have swum with shark without a cage, and we didn't get eaten. Sharks attack are almost never happening. There are 1 in a billion. So don't be worried about sharks. You are not going to be eaten alive by sharks in New Zealand. I just want to get started with that. Now, if you're in the water, one thing that may happen is that you may encounter a man of war. So a man of war is kind of massive jellyfish which is sticking out of the water and has huge tentacles at the bottom. If you want to know more about the man of war, you can watch Blue Planet 2. They have an episode actually that features a little bit of a segment about it. But it's a pretty awesome animal. Now, if you do see this animal, well, don't go close to it. If you see something jelly in the water, don't go touch it. It probably stings. They sometimes wash on the beach as well, so don't go poke it with your fingers if you see it, so you don't get stinged. But that's pretty much it. If you get stinged by a man of war, some people say you need to urinate on it to soothe the pain, but I think it's a bit of bollocks. You may just want to go see a doctor and just get that sorted. Now, that's basically it for the water. There is not much else which is actually dangerous in the water, so let's move on to the land. And now it's quite funny that you say there is no poisonous spiders in New Zealand, because literally the next 3 animals I have for you are spiders. So let's get started with the redback spider. So the redback spider is probably the most common dangerous animal you will find in New Zealand, and you won't find it. Like, it's highly unlikely that you will find it. Now, it's a very small black spider with a white dot or white kind of stripe on the back.
I think it's a red stripe, isn't it?
Yeah, sorry, a red stripe. My apologies. So it's a black spider with a red stripe on the back. Thank you for keeping me in check right here. I like it. So now this spider comes to us from Australia. If you are bitten by it, you will need anti-venom. It is not lethal, but it could have some pretty bad health consequences. So if you are bitten by a spider which is black with a red stripe or red dot on the back, make sure that you head towards a pharmacy, a hospital, a clinic, a doctor, anything you can relatively quickly. Now, this brings me to a tip that I want to give to anyone traveling anywhere in the world, in fact. If you are bitten by something and you can feel the sting straight away, look for that animal and catch it. It is so much easier for any health professional to give you the right medication if they can see that animal and they can identify straight away what you have been bitten by, rather than playing the guessing game and saying, I don't know what it was, maybe it was a spider, I'm not sure, maybe it was a mosquito, I don't know if it was white or black or what it looked like. To find the anti-venom, you have the spider right here, like boom, okay, I'm sorted, I know which one it is, you get what you need. You get the medication you need instantly. So I'm not saying to spend 6 hours trying to catch the animal. You need to get to the hospital at some point. But if you have the opportunity to catch that animal and you'll be able to bring it to the hospital with you, that would be so helpful for anyone which is helping you.
Do you have any tips for catching spiders?
Use a glass and put
A piece of paper.
Yeah, you're like, oh no, Jen, glass, piece of paper.
Good job I was travelling with this glass.
No, but even if it's dead, actually, it's still quite easy to identify.
Squash it, get a tissue.
Exactly. No, but I mean, it is quite important to be able to catch it. But yeah, I'm not a spider hunter, so I don't have that many. Maybe there's like on Amazon, they may have like a spider net or something.
Do you think maybe we need to do an article on 5 ways to catch a spider?
That'd be cool. All right, so moving on to the next dangerous animal on the land in New Zealand is the katipo spider. So it's a little bit more venomous than the redback spider, but it is so rare in New Zealand. I mean, sighting of it even by scientists, even scientists have a hard time finding it. So you won't find it, but it looks very similar to the redback spider, which is quite handy. So it's black with a red stripe on it. So easy as. Now the reason why I keep on saying white is just because probably the most common venomous animal in New Zealand would be the white-tailed spider, and that's why it just always comes to my mind, because I wanted to have that number 1 on the list, but it's not as venomous. So now the white-tailed spider is from Australia again.
Ooh.
There you go. And it's usually found in like old wood and even in like holes between rocks and everything. So it's a spider which is mostly white with a few black dots on it. And if it does bite you, it does hurt quite a lot. And you better off going to see a doctor, but you won't be dying. You won't be dying. Don't worry about it. Now, next on our list for the most dangerous animals in New Zealand are mosquitoes and sandflies. They're pretty annoying and they can be found in many places around the country, but luckily there is no mosquito-borne illnesses in New Zealand, so you won't be getting dengue or Zika or anything like that, or at least not as we know of just yet. But there is quite a lot of mosquitoes and sandflies.
There is, yeah. So we actually do have an article on backpackerguide.nz about how to help reduce sandfly bites. So sandflies are mainly found near rivers or near beaches, basically more where there's stagnant water, and that's really the same for mosquitoes as well. But yeah, particularly near rivers and especially on the South Island, there are some places, especially along the west coast, where it's known to be pretty bad for sandflies. But when they do bite, it just leaves a very annoying itch. So there are different like creams you can get, antihistamine and stuff like that, so you can like reduce the itch and stop the swelling so much. And we do have information on backpackerguide.nz with recommendations of what to get to help reduce the amount of sandfly bites you're getting. But one of the tips that we have been given is that if you eat Marmite...
No, don't do that.
But if you're into Marmite, then that's probably a good idea. But for anyone who doesn't like Marmite, which is us, we wouldn't recommend. I think I'd rather get stung by sandflies.
Me too. I would literally lie on the beach being eaten by sandfly rather than having to eat a pot of Marmite. I'm telling you that right now. All right, cool. And before we finish, I just thought it would be quite fun to give you actually what is the most lethal thing in New Zealand, aside from road rage and unhealthy eating. One of the most lethal thing you can find in the country is actually a plant. It's called the black nightshade, and it basically kind of looks like grape. It's a plant with like fruit which are green when they're not mature, and they become black when they are. And they can be found in the New Zealand forest. And if you eat the non-mature one, you can die. So don't. If you walk through the forests of New Zealand, don't go around eating everything. Don't eat random berries. And if you think grapes is growing in the middle of the New Zealand native bush, think again, it doesn't. So don't eat the black nightshade, or that'd be pretty bad. But yeah, that's a pretty common thing. Don't walk around and eat random berries. But
if you don't know what something is, don't eat it.
Listen, hey, you know what? Life tip.
Yeah.
Right here. Life hack number 200 by Laura, right here.
All right,
cool. So we hope that this answer and this video was very useful to you guys. If you did find it useful, click like and subscribe. And obviously, we always love to give you a lot of information in writing form, so you can actually dive much more in depth into this subject. And we have plenty of links for you guys in the description below.